Bill Belichick snubbed from the Hall of Fame on his first chance to get in. James, it has taken over the entire sports world by storm, and everyone's talking about it. Everyone's freaking out about it. James, what are your thoughts on this?
Man, if you'd have told me the guy who has the most playoff wins didn't make it, the guy who's got all these wins in the regular season didn't make it, got all these Super Bowls didn't make it, it kind of reminds me of me and my wife. My wife didn't like me the first time she met me in 2008, and then boom, we started dating in 2014, and now we're married. So time heals all wounds. So fans, suck it up, man.
We know he's going to get in eventually, but the way I look at it, though, James, is you can never have any other coach after this go in on the first ballot. Everyone has to wait now. There's just
Facts.
never there can never be another coach that does what Bill Belichick has done. But this was his first chance at the ballot. The finalists this year are Willie Anderson, Drew Brees, Jari Evans, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, Terrell Suggs, Adam Vinatieri, the kicker, Reggie Wayne, Kevin Williams, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, and Marshall Yonda. But I want to go through what I'm going to go through one by one with you, James. I want you to go through this list with me of the guys that were eligible for the first year. This was their first year on the ballot. And I want you to go through this list with me, and you say if you feel like they deserve it or not to make the Hall of Fame after what we just saw happen with Bill Belichick.
Okay.
So let's start with two guys that actually, in their first year on the ballot, are finalists. The first one, Larry Fitzgerald, wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
You think so?
I think so. There was
Never won a Super Bowl.
I know, never won a Super Bowl. There have been other people that ain't won a Super Bowl in the Hall of Fame. Damn it, Spence. I'm sticking up for this guy.
No, I love Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry,
It's just my mind is just so blown by this Bill Belichick thing that you kind of have to question every single one. But absolutely, right. Larry Fitzgerald.
The spectacular run that he did in the Super Bowl, and he was phenomenal against Philly and Carolina, and even that game in Pittsburgh. He scored the last touchdown for Arizona. Like, he put them in that chance. It just ended up being the luckiest catch and the luckiest toes by Santonio Holmes in the corner of that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he only had 29 drops in his career. He had more tackles in his career than he did dropped passes. Larry Fitzgerald absolutely deserves it. How about Drew Brees, though?
I'm not going to lie to you. He shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Do I think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Is he a first ballot? In my mind, no. I look at Mr. Drew Brees as Mr. Stat Patter. Now, of course, don't be upset with me. I know he's made some critical comments about my Eagles this year, so I'm not doing it based off of that. But in all honesty, he won one Super Bowl. I think if he would have won the second one, I know, of course, controversial call against the Rams, he probably could have had a chance to beat Tom Brady in Super Bowl 53. But in my eye, he revitalized his career after his stint in San Diego, found a home in New Orleans, and like I said, he put up a ton of stats. And nowadays, that's kind of the new era. We were in a real pass-heavy era. I do think that's trending down as of right now in my eye. But in all honesty, he's not a first ballot in my eye. He's definitely in maybe second or third year.
Okay. Two more guys that are finalists in their first year on the ballot. These are a bit closer for me, though. All right. How about Jason Witten?
Ooh, Jason Witten. Now, if I'm comparing this to Tony Gonzalez, if I'm comparing this to Shannon Sharp, if I'm comparing this to even Rob Gronkowski and them, he should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, when I think of tight ends, Jason Witten is, I can't do it off the top of my head right now, but I could probably get 10 tight ends better. Now, of course, tight end is a thin position. You probably got to be spectacular, which he was with Dallas, but he's not a first ballot in my eye.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think he has all the stats, and he had such a long career playing late into his 30s. Coming out of retirement, he probably could have been on the first ballot earlier, but he came out of retirement in 2019 to play for the Cowboys. And never forget that 1 year with the Raiders where he caught, he caught 13 passes that whole year. Two-time All-Pro for Jason Witten, has all the stats. Pro Bowls don't mean anything, but he went to 11 of those. That should at least count for something. He
probably went to the real Pro Bowls, like the first 8 of them.
Exactly. Back when the Pro Bowl actually meant something.
I might have to reconsider now.
Yeah, I would say for me, Jason Witten gets in. Now, this one I think you and I are going to agree on. In his first year on the ballot, do you think Frank Gore should be in?
No.
I totally agree. I think Frank Gore, incredible career, the embodiment of longevity. And I think it's incredible how he was playing pretty good football at age 36, 37. He was his age 37 season in 2020 for the Jets. He had 653 rush yards. Now, again, that's not world beating, but that's 600 yards from a 37-year-old running back. Got to give credit to him for that. He got 16,000 yards even, but throughout his career wasn't really ever at the top of the running back. 5 Pro Bowls over that entire span. He played 16 years, only 5 Pro Bowls, and we've already established how much of a joke the Pro Bowl is, and honestly has been for a lot of his career. I'm saying no on Frank Gore. No. Well, those are all the finalists that are finalists on their first year on the ballot. So I think we're in agreement. Only really 2 of those guys are solid, like we totally agree on. One of them we're a little iffy on, and the other one, it's a slap in the face that he's even a finalist when Bill Belichick is not. But y'all let us know in the comments who deserves to get in to the Hall of Fame this season based on all this crazy Bill Belichick news, and why is Bill Belichick not a Hall of Famer? Y'all let us know in the comments. Why?